A man from the Bronx just sold me his entire Incredible Hulk collection. Shipped it all the way from the Northeast to down south. I unpacked all the books, and if you're wondering if a certain book is in there, well, stick around. What is up, guys? Welcome to the Paper Chase channel, a video I've been wanting to make for a long time, and now I can finally make it. Alright, so one of the things I like to do on this channel is, my name is John, by the way. I don't give my name out a lot, but it's John. One of the things I like to do on this channel is buy comic collections, kind of go through them, and then explain some of the key issues that are in them. This deal that I'm sharing with you today was in the works for 7 months. I've been talking to this gentleman for 7 months via text over the phone, who lives out of state, and he approached me with, hey, I have these books that I collected when I was a kid. I cherish them. If you're interested, I would like to sell them to you. So, long story short, after months and months of talking and lists and Zoom calls, we finally made this deal happen. This guy here, his name is Vinnie, and we're going to talk about Vinnie in this collection a lot because he's the one that curated this collection. He deserves to be talked about in this video because he did this whole thing. And that's something that I'm going to share with you guys towards the very end that I think is going to be very special and something that you don't often see in the comic collecting community that I think should be talked about and done more. So a ton of books to dive in with you guys today. I'm going to talk about all these keys. There were more than just Hulk books in there. Actually, a ton of really great keys that came with this thing. So our collector, Vinnie, the one who collected these comics as a kid, actually moved away from his hometown, left his comic books with his friends in the Bronx. And so his friends were in charge of shipping his books. And then me on the receiving end had to kind of like map out and coordinate this whole thing. Which leads into the other part of this collection, which is a gentleman named Keith. Keith is the guy who is shipping the books for Vinnie. And while Keith was packing the comics, he's like, hey, I have comics too. And I'm like, cool, show them to me. And he's like, yeah. He's like, here they are. I was like, you want to sell those? So he threw those into the mix as well. Ton of great books showed up at my doorstep. Here they are. Now, finally, let's dive into these key issues here. Gonna move quick because, again, there's a lot to get through, and the end is the best part. All right, let's start knocking out a few keys here. We had a Spawn #1. Okay, some simple stuff. Avengers Terminatrix #1. This is the first appearance of Eliot that was in Deadpool and Loki. Amazing Spider-Man #365. This is the first preview appearance of Spider-Man 2099. We have this nice little duo of a set right here. This is Future Imperfect. This is the first appearance of Maestro Hulk, and then his first cover appearance right here. Some recent news indicating that, you know, this character might be coming to the MCU soon, you know, but whatever. I don't think it's going to go up that much in value, but still a very cool book to have. And a couple of these really cool issues here. These are Spidey Super Stories by the Electric Company, and one of the most rare sought-after books was in there, and that is this one here, issue number 39. This is the first appearance of the Thanos Copter, and an incredible cover with the Cosmic Cube. I believe also the first Cosmic Cube, maybe. You know, had no idea really about this book until this collection here. So, you know, you learn something new every day. Rocky Horror Picture Show #1. Love the horror stuff. We're still on some of the Keith stuff here. Had a couple of X-Men books. We had X-Men First Weapon Alpha, classic Jim Lee cover here. A lot of these books will be for sale, by the way, on this channel here live or whatnot, or my Instagram. So make sure you're following those. We had a Marvel Comics Presents issue number 72 newsstand. So Keith used to work at a newsstand, and he would buy the comics from the newsstand whenever he worked there. So all of Keith's comics, or almost all of them, a lot of them, were newsstand editions. So this is a newsstand copy right here, Origin of Weapon X. McFarlane Spider-Man #1, very common book, but newsstand. Nice to get this in a newsstand. First appearance of Gambit-ish. You know what I'm talking about. I mean, it's the first appearance, but I mean, it's not the better book. Uncanny X-Men issue number 251, newsstand. Classic Silvestri cover there. Couple nostalgia books. Who Framed Roger Rabbit, newsstand. Smurfs #1. We had the full set of the Infinity Gauntlet in newsstands. And I believe we're still on Keith's books here. We're not even into Vinnie's books yet. First Danny Ketch, Ghost Rider, and first Blackheart. Is it? No, Blackheart? Maybe. Blackout. In newsstands. Love these right here. These are Marvel Tales. These are both Todd McFarlane covers. These are great. Other various assorted X-Men books. This is X-Men 168. This is the first Madeline Pryor and a couple of minor keys that he had within that run there. He also had this one. This was Marvel Superheroes Winter Special X-Men #1 newsstand. And this is the first appearance of Squirrel Girl. Pretty cool. First Omega Red newsstand. Classic Jim Lee cover newsstand. Wolverine Limited Series issues 1 through 4. #1 being a newsstand. #1 is actually in okay shape. It's probably like a 9.0 or something like that, maybe an 8.5, and the rest are kind of like maybe a 8.075. But yeah, nice little affordable set here. And last but definitely not least in Mr. Keith's collection, this is almost the entire full run of Fright Night here. This is staying with me for sure. I have a very high grade copy of this. It's set to be graded at some point, but nice to have a nice reader bundle. And I'm only missing 2 issues out of this. Easily going to find those put together. Very happy to see that. Oh, and a Rocketeer #1, Dave Stevens. Now let's get into Mr. Vinnie stuff. This is the big deal. This is where it all started. The gentleman collected some really great books. So we're going to start with some non-Hulk stuff, some kind of low-key, minor key stuff. Vengeance of Bane, issue #1. This is the first appearance of Bane. He had this Jungle Action, issue #23. This is a classic John Byrne cover here, T'Challa. This was cool to see in there. Didn't expect this one. Luke Cage Hero for Hire #2. This is the second appearance of Luke Cage. A great second appearance to have. We had an Adventures into Fear, issue #20. This is the first solo Morbius story. Incredible Hulk Annual, issue #5. This is the second appearance of Groot. His first appearance is in, I believe, A Tales to Astonish, way earlier. I can't think of the single issue number, but yeah. So, and he didn't appear again until here. We had an ASM 361 newsstand. This is pretty high grade. Definitely not a 9.8, but very high grade for a newsstand. So this is good. 3 nice Miss Marvel keys right here. These can sneakily get you if you don't know about them. This is Miss Marvel issues 16. First cameo appearance of Mystique. Issue 17. Second cameo appearance of Mystique. And then issue 18, the first full appearance of Mystique. All right, we had a full run of John, Jesus. Well, yeah, it is John, actually. We had a full run of Jack Kirby's Black Panther, first solo series for Black Panther. This is issues 1 through 15. So issue #1, and I think it's issue #2 or 3 is the origin of T'Challa. The one in this bunch that is sneaky, if you're not really sure about it, is issue #14. This is the first comic cover art by Bill Sienkiewicz. So that entire set's there, which is awesome. All right, so that's all of Mr. Keith's stuff. That's all of Vinnie's non-Hulk run stuff. Now we're going to get into his Incredible Hulk collection. And this starts almost at the very beginning. Let's go. Starting off with a banger of a book here. We've got Incredible Hulk issue #5. This is probably a 1.5, completely intact. You know, when it comes to the first initial Hulk, the first 6 books, I would say this is my favorite of the covers. #1 is an incredible cover, but, you know, it is. #1's probably the best cover, but next to #1, this is definitely the best cover. And he's also green in this one, too. So, awesome book. I mean, the 5th appearance of the Hulk. You know, when you start saying terms like that, you start sounding like a real collector. Low grade, definitely better than no grade. All right. And then starting off from the beginning, we had Tales to Astonish, issue #60. This, now, Hulk originally appeared in the Tales run, in issue #59, I believe. And then issue #60 started his consecutive run of Tales stories involving the Hulk. So this is where his run in Tales started, issue #60. Now there's a ton of issues within the Tales run here. Some, you know, I don't really feel like are worthy talking about just because the characters aren't, you know, that well known. So we're going to kind of just concentrate on the bigger issues and the bigger covers. Next in the run is going to be Tales to Astonish, issue #62. This is the first cameo appearance of the leader, cameo appearance of Humanoid, and cover appearance, first cover appearance of the Chameleon, who started in Spider-Man. And then followed by that is issue number 63. This is the first full appearance. This is the first full appearance of the Leader, who is one of the main antagonists in the Captain America Brave New World movie that's about to be coming out. And then issue number 64, we got the first cover appearance of the Leader, second full appearance. And this is also the second appearance of Atuma. Jumping up now to issue number 70, this is the start of Namor's storylines in the Tales. He had a long run in this as well. Going to issue 79 now, we have a classic Hercules, and Hulk. This is a cool one. Tales to Astonish issue number 88, the first time Hulk says the words Hulk smash. Sneaky cool key here. This is pretty neat. A lot of people know this one. Tales to Astonish issue number 90, first appearance of the Abomination. And this one's in decent shape. I would say this one's probably a 6.5. Really, its biggest issue is kind of like some corner mess going on in the bottom right corner of it. But other than that, pretty clean. Following that is Abomination's first cover appearance. Here's a banger. If you know the run, you know it's coming up. Issue number 93, classic Mari Severin cover. Hulk versus Silver Surfer. This thing is... And the amazing thing about this one is all of these are kind of hovering right around that, maybe say a 3.5 to a 5.5 grade. This one is actually in pretty decent condition. I think this could hit the 7s. Yeah, definitely pops. Looks great. And then last, we'll show the milestone issue, which is the final issue in that Tales run, which is issue 101. This is where it ended. Moving on. Incredible Hulk, issue number 102. This is the first Incredible Hulk in title. Here we go. This one here is probably it's pretty low grade. I would say it's probably a 2.5, but still. I mean, come on. Next, we're jumping to Incredible Hulk, issue number 105. And this is the first appearance and origin of the Missing Link. And this is another Mari Severin cover as well. So let me tell you something. When you take all of these books out, right? Because when I got them, they were in plastic that was, withering and deteriorated from when he first bought them. And they smelled like mold and mildew. Had to wear a mask for a lot of it. And you put them in these Mylars, and they just come back to life. It's gorgeous. I love doing that. It's like finding a baby seal covered in oil. You pick them up out the ocean, you wipe them off, give them a little bottle. It's nice. Next, we're jumping up to Hulk issue 141. This is the first appearance of Doc Samson, and what an incredible cover. Look at this. This thing, the colors on this are amazing. Herb Trimp is in full effect here in the Hulk run, doing his thing, and damn. First Doc Samson. Very cool. Some Bronze Age Hulk now. Incredible Hulk issue number 162, first appearance of the Wendigo. So wherever he was getting his comics from, which is, I think his local drugstore, like an OG, man, hopped on his bike, drove there, slapped the change on the counter at the drugstore, and picked up his Hulk books for the week or the month. But they hit the distributioning like crazy at that place. So some of these are really, really covered with distributioning. This is probably the worst one, but still pretty cool. This one's badass. This is Herb Trimp, Hulk versus the Rhino versus the Abomination. Cool cover here, and yeah, this is just awesome. And now the moment that I'm sure everybody's been waiting for. This will be the most watched part of the video right here. Jumping forward, we have an Incredible Hulk, issue number 180. The first appearance in cameo of Wolverine. I mean, what else can I say about this book that hasn't been said? Wolverine makes his debut at the last page, says his name, jumps in the frame, and then pop culture was changed forever. Incredible book here. I didn't think I would have this for a very long time, honestly. So again, just kind of honored that Vinnie reached out to me after a YouTube video and was like, "Hey man, you might be the right guy to for this collection here to be its next step." So, Incredible Hulk 180, this is probably a 7.0. Solid grade for a Hulk 180. Solid. And and now, how do you follow up with a Hulk 180? Well, I'll tell you. Incredible Hulk issue 181. Just going to let that sit there for a second. Yep, there it is. Grade estimate, if I'm lucky, a 7.5, if I'm lucky. If I'm super lucky, an 8.0, but that's not going to happen. I'm thinking this is going to come back at a 7.0, but if I'm lucky, a 7.5. Colors are gorgeous on it. It's completely intact. Yes, it has the Marvel value stamp. All of these books have the Marvel value stamps. And this is just one of the biggest, if not the biggest, Bronze Age Marvel key, or comic book key, period. I would say this is the biggest Bronze Age. What do you think? Comment below. Is Hulk 181 the biggest Bronze Age comic book key that there is? After I got this thing, I just put it in the Mylar. And I just had them on my desk while I was doing every other things. I just had them on my desk and I just stared at them, which I assumed that I would when I knew one day, okay, one day I'll get a Hulk 181. And then whenever I do, I'm probably just going to stare at it for a long time. And that's exactly what I did. Gently flip through it. I would love to read these in their full natural form. I've read them online, but I would love to read them in their natural form, extremely carefully, completely sober. Hulk 181. First full appearance of Wolverine in comics. Damn. And then followed by that, Hulk 182. Second cameo appearance. Also first full appearance of Hammer and Anvil. The last notable one in the run, because it continues to about issue 240, is Incredible Hulk issue 197. This is a awesome Bernie Wrightson cover. I love this cover, love this book. So this was in there. Now the best part of the video is coming up. It's not over. The whole run was in there from Tales 60 all the way until Incredible Hulk, I think 240, right? So what do I want to do? How do I want to end this video? As I talked about before, something that's not done a lot is that once these collections are exchanged hands from collector to dealer, I feel like there's not enough reverence paid to the collector, to the original collector, to the person that curated the comic, the one that literally drove on their bikes to their drugstore or wherever to curate something that they completely loved and to keep it alive all the way up until this point. So for a collection's legacy to be kind of lost, or for the collector's legacy to be lost, is kind of sucks in a way. What I want to do in this video is I want to show you guys this entire run in video form and immortalize this collection on the internet for Vinnie. This is kind of a way I'm thinking that he can always go back to this video and he can see in nice high definition, bagged and boarded, beautiful Mylar, crisp, clean comics in sequential order, and know that I put this together. I did this. This is my work. And he can kind of almost come back here and revisit his collection in this video, and it will last forever. So if you've never flipped through an entire Tales to Astonish and Incredible Hulk run, right? Because how many of us have gone to the back issue bins? You get to the 180 and the 181, it's never there. For most of us, it's never ever going to be there. So what I'm going to do is show you a video. You're going to see some amazing covers. There's so many great books and covers and incredible cover art within this run that just people never even come across because, not many people have full runs of this. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the little journey here on the Paper Chase channel. Tales to Astonish, Incredible Hulk. Hell of a run.
your time to you is worth saving, then you better start swimming, for you sink like a stone, for the times they are changing. Come writers and critics who prophesize with your pen, and keep your eyes wide, the chance won't come again. And don't speak too soon, for the wheel's still in spin, and there's no telling who that it's naming, for the losers now will be later to win, for the times they are changing. Come senators, congressmen, please heed the call. Don't stand in the doorway, don't block up the hall, for he who gets hurt will be he who has stalled. There's a battle outside and it's raging, it'll soon shake your windows and rattle your walls, for the times they are changing. Come mothers and fathers throughout the land, and don't criticize what you can't understand. Your sons and your daughters, they're beyond your command. Your old road rapidly aging, please get out of the new one if you can't lend a hand, for the times they are changing. The line it is drawn, the curse it is cast, the slowest now will later be fast, as the present now will soon be the past. The order is rapidly fading.
So there you saw that incredible lineup of books. Very, very cool stuff. Historic stuff, man. This is in pop culture. All these movies and things that we go see, this is all historic pieces of paper. That's really what I love about comics. It's so cool. Again, very honored to have these books. A lot of these will be for sale. Price-wise, we're not talking price. Me and Vinnie talked about it, and we kind of both shared our pros and cons of like, okay, with him selling this and me selling it and buying it and selling it, do we really want to talk price? His advice to me, I was kind of leaning towards talking price, and his advice to me was like, he's like, I don't think that you should. And look, if I have it my way, my son is going to get the Hulk, the 180 and the 181, and everything else will be for sale at some point in the very near future. So stick around, hit the notification bell, check out where I sell comics. If I don't see you before the new year, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. See you on the next page.